Alright guys, good news for me. My parts finally came in. My carburetor. Ooh, shiny. New. Yippee. Perch Street. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyways, I'll put this piece of shit back together. I had someone make a comment on that first video I put up. They got the same engine and all that fun shit, and they cleaned the carb out and it still won't run. I don't know. When I'm putting this back together, I'll go over some things. Maybe it'll help you out. I'm horrible with screen names, but when I go to edit this, I'll add your screen name to the video. Anyways, let's get to her. Alright, I guess I'm going to start this by inserting the seat, the carburetor. On this gasket here or whatever, there's one side that's got a groove in it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that side goes down into the carburetor. You want the smooth side facing up. Just so you guys know, I am not professional at this. I'm just too goddamn cheap to pay somebody to do this. If it don't fucking work, then I'll bring in the professionals and they can fucking dick with it. So you guys that do this shit all the time are probably laughing at me watching me fight with this thing. You dumbass, do this. Do that. Talking about putting a square peg in a round fucking hole, man, that's a tight fit. I don't like that. Because it does not want to push in. Huh. Alright, we're going to try something different here. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I know you can't see it in there, but the seat's in there. I'm going to edit that part of the video out because it took me 5 minutes to get that freaking seat in there. I don't think you guys want to listen to me for 5 minutes curse and swear. Alright. These are the 2 new gaskets they sent with it. That's the old one. Hang on, I'll flip it upwards so. Huh. See a slight difference there? I don't know. This new one here has got the holes way up here for it. Don't know why. But this one right here is the closest match, I guess you can say. It has the one lousy hole there instead of 2. So I'm going to run with it. I'm going to run with it. Come on, fucker, get off. There you go. Oh yeah, forgetting that seat down in there. This pick works really handy for pulling it out after you fuck up. And the screwdriver helped get it down in there all the way. Oh shit. Alright, where'd my float go? Get your float. These carb kits come with 2 different types of needles. One uses a gasket, one doesn't. This aluminum type is what was originally in the carburetor. Uses the gasket. This one doesn't. Taking a guess that this needle here uses this brass fitting. Mine doesn't use that, so that's gonna go in the junk drawer. Maybe someday down the road it'll come in handy. But yeah, real simple. Well, I just jinxed myself. I said real simple. Just hang your needle off there. Drop her in the hole. This kit, overall kit, comes with a pin for the float. There we go. What I usually do with these is, because of the angle my camera's at, you can't really tell, but as long as this float is parallel with this, it's the same distance on this side and that side, you're good. And of course, I'm not good, I gotta pull that tab out, because my float ball is not sitting level. Okay. I shove the screwdriver in there and give that tab a little tweak. Now I'm too high. Go figure. Alright. Alright. It's close enough. It's damn near perfect all the way across. As far as that goes, that's all the guts that go in there. Let's fold the bottom of it on. Insert the 3 screws. That one. That one and this one. Fucking ass clown's garage. Can't seem smart enough to fix it, but I'm dumb enough to try it. Alright, you guys don't need to watch that, and I guess I got some editing to do on this video. I'm sure there's some type of torque spec on this thing, but I'm using the Scotty torque wrench. I guess just makes it snug. No real reason to reef on it at all. Make sure it's tight so you don't leak. That's all that matters. Beautiful. Alright, the set screw here, the needle and all that shit, and the spring. My kit comes with all new shit. What I do with every carburetor I dick with, what I do is I will seat any needles, adjustments, that type of shit on them, and I'll count how many turns it takes to get them to seat. And then when I do with the new shit is I'll run them all the way in and just count backwards. Okay, there it's just seated itself. As you can see, I use no tools. Just need just a touch. Don't crank in on it. Just get the touch or whatever. Okay, that one touched. What I had to do was 2 3/4 turns out is what the original setting was with this screw. So I'll turn it up 2 1/2 turns. Or 2 3/4. There's one. I'm using the nameplate on my screwdriver to judge my turns. There's 2 of them. Alright. There's a half. I'll call that a 1/4. Should frickin' work, I'd hope. I got a brand new, fuck, I don't know what the proper term is, but here's the old one, here's the new one. Stove this fucker up in there. Run that up until it seats. Anytime now. There you go. That's all the way up there. Yeah, you can't really see it, but anyways. There's that shit. There's adjustment on the bottom too. Got a new adjustment screw for that too, which is kind of nice because this one's pretty crusty looking. So I got a new one, and it looks like that fucker's almost right on from compared to what the old one was set at. Got a new O-ring on it, or a gasket, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Thread that on there like so. To the guy that commented on my last video about him having that Toro that has, he cleaned the carburetor out and it won't fucking work anymore. Well, it's still nothing. It could be a lot of different things. It could be that float's not adjusted right in here and it's not giving you any fuel, or you don't got that screw set right, or this one. I tried doing the turn-in on this one so I can do the same to that, but with that spring in the way, it just doesn't jive right, so I'm winging it on this one. I'm 98% sure I'm going to have to adjust it. But anyways, your carburetor, your float might be out of adjustment, so it's not letting fuel in. That might not be turned out enough. The more you turn it out, the more fuel it's going to allow into the motor. One thing you didn't say on that comment is if you had you actually had fuel delivery to it, you know. This has to do with a lot of your fuel too, because the main jet that runs through here is what supplies up to here. That's what this tube does. I mean, there's holes right there. I'm taking a guess that's for when you're at full throttle type of deal. And this is your idle mixture screw. See what happens is it sits. I really need to get a big tripod. I feel like a cripple doing this. But you can see where, right here, this is where that needle sits like so. It runs across the carburetor, and this brass rod runs into here and feeds that. So you can guess you get your mixture screws not turned on enough, or your float screwed up in it. I actually had one buddy rebuild a carburetor, and I mean, he's usually pretty good at when it comes to mechanical shit, you know. And he calls me one day just pissed. He goes, "I rebuilt this piece of shit, and goddamn thing can't get fucking fuel in the engine." Well, I walked over there, and the first thing I did is I went and I walked over to his gas tank. The fuel was still shut off on his motor. That's a possibility too. It might be turned off still. I don't know. You didn't tell me much about it when you made that comment on my video. But anyways, that's how I deal with these things. I wouldn't call it a professional job. I don't claim to be a professional, but I've done it enough times. It should work. Keyword is should. And I guess when I get this mounted back on the tractor and get all the fuel lines and stuff lined up, I'll turn you guys back on. You can see if it was a success or an epic fail. Maybe I'll have the same problem where it won't fucking run after I get done with it, like the guy that commented on my video. But anyways, I'll turn you back on when I get back on the snowblower.